Well, you guys already know that I believe the science every single time, especially when science agrees with me. And in this situation, a study found that celebrity-obsessed people are less intelligent. Huh. Who could have guessed that? This says, obsessed with Kim Kardashian's ass, can't get enough of Bennifer. Chances are you're an idiot, at least according to these Hungarian academics. So according to this study published in BMC Psychology back in 2021, I believe, it makes the rounds every few weeks. It asserts that there is a direct association between celebrity worship and poorer performance on cognitive tests, and it cannot be accounted for by demographic or socioeconomic factors.
Luckily for me, Mary, I perform poorly on those tests anyways, so it doesn't even matter.
It has been about 2 decades since a study first showed that those who scored high on a measure of attraction to their favorite celebrity also scored low on cognitive skills. Several studies demonstrated that cognitive performance decreases with high levels of celebrity worship. So shocking. Shocked, I say. Celebrity worship as an excessive behavior was also associated with several behavioral addictions. This includes problematic internet and social media use, compulsive buying, and gambling addiction. These problematic behaviors are known to have negative effects on performance, social relationships, and cognitive functioning. So, as I said before, what they don't know yet is celebrity worship making people stupid, or are stupid people just way more likely to worship celebrities?
Well, right now, we put that as a poll up, and 72% of it, of our audience say no, stupid people worship celebrities.
Interesting. Okay.
I felt like a twinge of desire at the start of this segment to make some type of disclaimer, like, it's different for us because we do this for work. Because I do still to this day look at people who have Stan accounts or people who have obsessive need to follow specific celebrities and wonder how that's fulfilling.
Yeah.
Right? Like when we do it for work, it's interesting because I'm like, oh, this would be interesting to facilitate a discussion. But a lot of the time, I don't find anything inherently interesting about the person, more about the discussion that can be had about the topic at hand. We discussed Chappell Roan, and that was actually a rare example where I do find a consistent example of comments they've made as mildly interesting, but I'm not going to go follow her on social media and like eagerly await all of them.
Yeah.
But I do wonder what it means for society as a whole.
Sure.
Sometimes.
Yeah, there's a
But
difference.
maybe I'm just coping.
There's a difference between following a celebrity to live vicariously through them and consume every little detail about their personal life.
Yeah.
And in fact, like what we do, which I hope is worth something, looking at those details of their life and their career and trying to see if there's a deeper meaning to it all that we can talk about.
Well, also, me and you have inherently different approaches to this a lot of the time.
Yes.
You're very interested
Definitely.
in the details of their lives.
Definitely.
Well, look,
can't. When we talk about, they mentioned Bennifer, when we talk about J-Lo and Ben getting back together for the 3rd time amid their divorce, that's not just interesting because they're famous and they're getting divorced. It's interesting because, as I titled our YouTube short today, we all know a guy like that.
Yeah.
Like, that's why it's interesting. I find it interesting purely from like a human standpoint, which is something that like you can see the influence of me on the channel, the fact that we talk about things like that, that otherwise probably would not come up. But in this study, they subjected them to take a celebrity attitude scale questionnaire, and it determines their levels of interest in famous people. Participants had to answer yes or no to a series of statements, including one saying, I often feel compelled to learn the personal habits of my favorite celebrity.
That's freaking weird.
I am obsessed by details of my favorite celebrity's life. And this one is the most shocking. Another yes or no statement read, if I were lucky enough to meet my favorite celebrity and he or she asked me to do something illegal as a favor, I would probably do it. 100%. If some of these Swifties met Taylor Swift and she asked them to embezzle money or kill someone,
do you know
they would do it.
You know what it is? Do you know now why you see those messages you get that you would get on social media, like the direct messages? Have you ever seen the ones like, hey, it's Zack Snyder. I need $300 to finish making Justice League, the Snyder Cut.
Yes.
Please send me $300. Now you know why there are people that do that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. That's
because
why scams like that work.
Because a very astute observer of the human experience realized this and started making those things.
We talked about a woman who was fully duped by a Stranger Things actor catfish account. I don't even remember. Was it Joseph Quinn? I think they were catfishing some Stranger Things actor.
Yep.
And this chick sent thousands of dollars to whoever was behind this account before like coming to terms with the fact that she was being, stolen from.
Do you think some of this has to do with the prevalence of social media and how there's a voyeuristic element to all of this now? You're an outsider looking in, and sometimes it feels like you're being privy to information that you would never have been privy to before because people do share so many details of their lives. And it's not as interesting to just look up Bob from random town number 5 on Facebook. It's more interesting to look up your favorite celebrity and then go look at what their daily life is like. There's a reason why those videos like day in the life are so effective. Because people feel like they have a voyeuristic look on the inside of what this person's actually like. Fun fact, a day in the life video is almost never accurate. Like this used to happen in skating all the time where it'd be like a day in the life and it's like everybody goes skates like 5 separate spots and gets a bunch of tricks. That's not what an actual day skating is like. A day skating is like you go skate 2 separate spots and you loiter at both of them for 4 hours at a time. And a couple of people do a couple of tricks and you spend the rest of the time talking and bullshitting with your friends.
Yeah.
The day in the life ones are never realistic, and it's the same way for celebrities and women that work at Google.
Definitely. Like I would at least hope that they're not sitting around getting facials and drinking electrolyte shots all day and answering emails. But I think that the social media part, like no doubt that plays a part in the rise in celebrity idol worship, as does the decline in religiosity in the West.
Yeah.
But it's kind of it's a situation that a celebrity can't win, because think about how crazy Swifties are.
Yeah.
Taylor Swift actually does not share a lot of her life. She does not go out of her way to post a lot about her life or her friendships or her relationships on social media. Where you get all the information is from everybody else around her.
Yeah.
Posting and leaving Easter eggs for people to follow follow the trail. Like, she's not actually doing any of this, the disclosure of these details. She doesn't have a choice either way, and she can't alienate them because it's not in the interest of her bottom line.
Like, I have to admit, like, most of the time you're very good at finding these human interest stories about celebrities that just don't ring true to me. Like, the stuff about Marvel, I can catch, and I'm like, look, here's all of these stories about why they're marketing this show a certain way. And to me, that's ridiculous and something in my brain goes off. We should cover that. But you'll find stories where celebrities have interactions with each other that actually end up making for really, really interesting segments. But I just scroll right past that shit.
It's woman brain.
I scroll right past
brain.
that stuff. And it's just very, very different. Like, you'll notice, like, if there's days where where Mary's out of town, the shows will fundamentally look very different and be very focused on a topic itself rather than a celebrity specifically, because usually there's more small details that require 2 people to go through, because you need to be able to go through each of these points, and then we need to facilitate the discussion. Everything has to happen, whether there's a guest or not. Usually,
and we make it look so easy.
But it's not that it's that it's inherently super difficult, but it's that it wouldn't flow right if I was trying to remember all of these details. Like there are days where you've been gone where I've just moved stuff off topic because I'm like, there's too much specific details. This is too topic heavy on a person, and it needs to be about a discussion that everyone can feel is accessible to talk about.
Well, I at least would, like to flatter myself in thinking I don't worship these celebrities and that I take a little bit more of a cerebral approach to analyzing their lives and their work than some of these people that we're about to show you.
Well, I mean,
I found a couple of videos of Swifties who, I'm sorry, they need to be locked up. They need to be locked up against their will, involuntary committed immediately. This girl, I didn't even know a sound like this could come out of someone who looks like that.
Okay, here we go. Okay. That was pretty crazy.
And her mom is the one recording this. And she thinks it's cute.
No, look, she's a kid. Like different, like teenage girls having pop music obsession is not like, if this was an adult, I would be more weary of it. This doesn't.
Well, actually, unfortunately, there are a lot of adult women who act exactly the same way because they have no incentive to grow up, including this woman who we have shown.
This one we've
before,
seen. Yes.
But it bears repeating. Sitting outside the Swift concert. So that was real. This is a way you should only cry if you have like lost your child.
I don't even know if I buy that it's entirely. The sad thing is, like, why is the phone there filming? Whatever.
Well, she's filming it for clout,
very
obviously.
Performative to me, and you know what reminded me of just the other day was when. Do you remember the TikTok trend like last year, where like kids would go up to their boomer parents and be like, "This celebrity died," and then put their phone in front of their face, and the parent would be like. Whoa!
The parents would be like, "No, that's such a shame."
Yeah. Yeah. Look, I've asked the question some days because it used to be something that I actually can't. Like, I used to follow politics very closely. I used to care a lot, and I loved movies. I loved TV, and obviously those are still the things that I tend to have the most solid opinions on, or I think about the most. But doing this job, I definitely feel dumber some days. Even if I don't worship celebrities, I definitely feel dumber than I was before. Not that I ever felt very smart before.
If anything, that's not because of celebrities in and of itself. It's because of the speed of the outrage cycles that, leave you very disoriented. And I think it's best to step away from it from time to time. At least when we're on the weekend.
On the weekend, and that's the thing, though.
I like to touch grass.
Usually we have to start planning for Monday over the weekend. And in a lot of news, especially news they don't want you to know, gets dropped on Friday at 5 p.m.
Yeah, that's very true.
So you actually usually end up getting a whole news cycle out of Fridays and stuff like that. And it's best to just get off Twitter as best as you can, So.
Yeah, word to the wise.
Thanks for watching. Listen to full episodes of Pop Culture Crisis on Spotify.
Keep up with us on social media and make sure you subscribe and ring that bell so you never miss the show. Bye, guys.